Alright everyone, and welcome back to another video of the F1 Manager 24 career mode with Williams. This is part number 6 today for the British Grand Prix. If you missed the previous episode, at Monaco, then I recommend you go and check that video out before seeing this one as well, because I did a lot of things in that episode, including signing Hugh Bird and the bloke from Mercedes as well for next season. So yeah. Now, in terms of what's on the car, we do need to look at rear wing manufacturing, so that's what we're going to do because we've got that up. We need some more of those. So again, at this point of the season, I'm thinking, do we go for upgrades or do we just focus on next season? That's the thing that I need to try and think about. I've only got a minor regulation change. I don't know if we're going to have a major one for 2026, if that is in the game. I don't know. Our wind tunnel though is coming through as well, and our research on the front wing is good, so we'll need to research more on that. The idea I want to do is just try and level all of these up to level 2 on the car development and all the other facilities as well, at least up to level 2 as well. But that is going to happen as we've got a bit of an issue, because ALBON, I mean, he's not had the best time this season. There's been a falling out with his race engineer as well. Obviously, he's down to 81 rated now in my career mode. So yeah, it's a little bit annoying there as well. I decided we might as well intervene and see what happens there as well. We're going to research some suspension this time. Race performance, I'm happy with, although I might turn up a bit the tyre preservation. I know this is going to affect the downforce, but there. Tina Housen will be another affiliate for next year. She's Aston Martin's F1 Academy prospect, only 17 as well, so I'll try and get her in, probably try and get her into F3 along with Abby Pulling as well for next season, but we'll see what happens with that. Manufacture the front wing as well. So I'm going to give Logan a new front wing, and I'm going to update it and give him quite a few parts and see how he gets on. But if he keeps as well, we need to manufacture some parts actually as well. So yeah, where we got the parts, I'm giving him to him because I'm hoping that he can actually pull one out of the bag and pull a blinder, unlike in real life where he was. He's now Colin Pinto's come in and scored four times as many points as him in 2 races as well. But yeah, research on the Sashi there, same sort of deal as well, so that's all going to cost money as well. We're going to research some Cypods as well, so a lot of money is going into next season as well. Obviously it's going to be a big season for us. First season of Science. Albon is contracted as well, although we'll already have a look at Canada though. Obviously Verstappen won again by literally 1,000 light years again. Only hit the 2 Ferraris and the 2 McLarens on the same lap. Hamilton P12 Mercedes and not having a good season. Sargent though crashed on the last lap, but that because he crashed on the opening lap, that technically actually counts as a fastest lap. So there we go. Yes, despite intervention, it doesn't seem that the fallout between Albon and Irwin hasn't improved, which is annoying because we need him on our position. And of course, Carlos Sainz. I can see what James Vowles was saying there about having it's like getting really having speed dial going back and forwards. He likes the 3 seasons. The salary I think is fine with. We can offer him a bit more. I do want a bit of breakup multiplier just in case he gets pinched. We're going to give him more signing bonus. Annoying, I've got to tick through all of this, so I'll speed that up for you to 2. We're going to give him 2 million. As well. I'm unhappy about the bonus threshold. 17th, I could get 17th by driving the car. We'll give him, but look at that, just to appeal going down I have to go 15th. It's going to be annoying as well. We're going to give Yeah, I was going to give Sargent an underfloor, but he crashed at Montreal, so he doesn't get him. Fornaroli as well, I mentioned him from the previous episode. F3 champion this season, so we're trying to sign him as well. I think he's already got a drive for next year in F2 in real life as well. But yeah, most of the people are happy. I will point out that these monthly star surveys, yeah, I mean, this is unrealistic. In most companies, you only really see star surveys once a year. So yeah, as well. At Spain, Verstappen dominated even more and even lapped up to the top 5. But yeah, I mean, close. Albon P14, 2 laps down as well. Yeah, Sainz actually retired in the end as well. Zach O'Sullivan as well wanted 1.3 million. I should point out that both O'Sullivan and Colapinto, obviously O'Sullivan's lost his drive in real life in F2 now for the final few rounds. Colapinto as well was obviously graduated to F1 to replace Sargent in real life. Both of them in my career mode save are not doing very well in the F2 standings, so yeah, they've only scored like 7 or 8 points between them, so it's not very good. One thing I'm going to do is design a new front wing as well, just to have a think about it as well, just to take away from research and actually think about bringing some upgrades, additional upgrades as well. Whether or not they provide anything, I don't know. Finally, Carlos Sainz has agreed a contract. That is expensive. But, you know, I mean, yeah, that is really expensive. He better deliver, because if he doesn't, he will be fired. I'm not going to lie. As well, he's 88 rated as well. Now, the things don't stop here. Sporting director Sven Smeets, not that great, to be honest. In actual fact, there are F2 sporting directors. He's the worst on the grid, actually. Now, looking at people, there are a few people in F2 available as well. There's a lot of people that seem to have got contracts expiring at the end of the season, but I'm thinking, you know, there's quite a few people that are probably going to be on negotiating contracts. Randeep Singh, who's McLaren's sporting director, is available. Pretty much all of them have got. Jonathan Wheatley, I'm kind of going to leave Jonathan because we know he's off to to Audi in real life. Whether or not we see that transition or not, I want to kind of leave. So I'm kind of thinking, well, look, let's go for an F2 sporting director. He's better rated as well, and this is Aurélien Pallier. He's the manager for ART. Yeah, we're gonna offer him. He's a free agent, so we're gonna basically just literally offer him some money, about 2.5 million, and we'll give him a signing bonus as well. He should accept this as well. Lower the salary a little bit as well. Doesn't need that much money, but if he as a sporting director, if he delivers, it'll be a great signing as well. Austria is next, and yes, Verstappen dominated again, but a miracle. Finally, points. Albon got 9th, annoyingly Ocon got 10th. Russell crashed out. Sargent was 3 laps down. Yeah, as well. I'm not really sure what happened to... Yeah, Stroll as well had a shocker. Yeah, plus 6 places for Albon. Ocon, I think, started last and scored a point. So yeah, that you know, I've talked about this. That is exactly what we needed. It brings us back to P7 in the constructors, more crucially for us, which of course is going to bring, you know, the board on side as well. I think it was more of a fluke rather than the consistent. I want to try and score a bit more consistently, but Arbia too far forwards. But anyway, we're going to move to the British Grand Prix now, and straight away, Logan Sargent. That's all I need to say is Logan Sargent. He's on his outlap again. He's had a spinala. Now that Sainz is signed and Sargent's been eliminated, he might be fired in the next episode. We'll have to wait and see. As well as Lando Norris was out in Q1. Albon, fair play to him. He seems to be going well here. 10th place. Sargent down in P18. So, yeah, Russell only just making it through. Mercedes are not having a good time of it. And Russell's not even enjoying his home Grand Prix. Spinning out at Brookfields there as well. Gravel, by the way. There's a red flag. Hamilton, I think, has crashed. So it's getting worse and disastrous for Mercedes. Spins out onto the grass and then carries on spinning and smashes the wall. Definitely left front, you should say there. And he's definitely broken the suspension. So Hamilton's out. Albon's got a chance of getting a top 10 appearance here as well. He's currently P8. Can he improve though? You know, he's not been the best at qualifying. He's been out-qualified by Sargent in this career mode twice in this series. But obviously, he's out-qualified today. We've got the likes of Norris as well and Verstappen behind. We're expecting those two to improve as well. As we go down the corner there, down the end of the first sector. It's a yellow first sector as well. That's not the line I would take for that corner. I prefer them to, yeah, they do take, I do find that when you go on board with the AI and F1 Manager, they do take some weird lines sometimes, you know, and there's no aggressiveness sometimes. Look how much he's steering away from that curb, you know, if this was F124, you'd be all over that curb on the exit of Copse as well. But yeah, it's nicely managed through Maggots and Beckett's, and now we go under the bridge and down the second straight. I forget which straight it's called, Hanger or Wellington, whatever it is, as well. Then he missed the apex there. He's gone wide and then decided to lose scrub or speed. Yeah, this isn't yeah, I don't know if this is an AI thing or an Albon thing. A bit more curve there. Missed the apex, up to the line, doesn't improve as well, but is enough for P10. So for the first time this season, we got a car into Q3 as well. Hamilton as well. Alonso with a bit of a shocker as well. Not able to pass Albon. That's really bad for Aston Martin there. As well. Now, annoyingly, Albon failed to get to the line in time on his second run in Q3. Yep. So he failed to get to the line in time, so he didn't actually set up a competitive lap, which is why he's P10. I don't really think he could have been close to Russell, but I don't really think he would have matched Russell's time as well. Yeah, so it's a little bit. I'm still happy with P10. This is a chance to get some points because, you know, starting in P10, great chance to get some points. Fortunately, rain. Yeah, I'm not very good at the rain, so I'm going to manage the session, and we're going to go to 5 red lights then for the British Grand Prix, and lights out and away we go. Straight up is deployed for both drivers. Sargent is on hards, I will point out. Don't know how good he's going to be on the hards compared to the rest of the field, but you know, it's dry at the moment. I don't quite know how. There's no real weather report on my strategy screen, so I can't actually really tell when that rain is coming to try and plan for it properly. As well as Albon's got Alonso all over the back of him. I'm expecting Hamilton to come through as well. Yeah, and you know, obviously we've lost a bit. We have not even got DRS because we're only on lap number 1. And Alonso unable to get past the Sparks flag. No! Albon's gone wide. He's lost. He was P10. Well, make that P11 obviously, because he got overtaken by Alonso into that corner, and it wasn't even Alonso, that was just a normal overtake by Alonso. So what happened to Albon? He just went just understeer, pure understeer, and then he just sits there waiting for the rest of the grid to come through. Well, you know, ignoring the what's happening down there, up at the front, Max Verstappen leads. Then the front top three are on SOS. Interesting strategy there as well. But will Verstappen be able to hold off? Sainz has got DRS now down, the second DRS straight, as well as Norris and Leclerc. Sainz moves the inside as well, showing the, you know, this is hopefully he can do something like this next season for us in season 2, as he goes still side by side with Verstappen as Bottas gets past Sargent as well, and they're almost side by side through the final corner, and now they're still going side by side across the line down to turn 1. Who will come out on top? Verstappen round the outside, and he keeps the lead for now, as Stroll now gets past Sargent quite easily. As well, I say easily, I mean they're still side by side, and then Stroll has the inside line. You know, I don't think they're not aggressive in their defence, and you know, Gasly goes past round the outside through Cops as well. That's how you race through there, Verstappen and Hamilton. But yes, Sargent. So yeah, we're 19th and 20th right now. We're loving life down here at the back as Sainz and Verstappen side by side through Cops. And Verstappen's down to P2 with a bit of an engine failure as well. Up the road, I've told Sargent to get out of the way of Albon, so yes, exactly what he's doing. Albon, you know, he's on the medium tyres compared to Sargent on the hards as well. We're trying to get past Bottas and Magnussen. This is for P17 as well. We made it into the top 10. Can he get past Magnussen in the final corner? No, he can't. And Albon has to stick behind for now. As well, I'd love it if you get past, but he's not really doing that. Sargent's tyres are going cold, so yeah, I'm going to have to get him to warm those tyres up. As we watch Alex Albon now going side by side with Magnussen, can he go around the outside of Cops? Yes, he can, but Magnussen's still there. As well, now they go side by side towards Maggots and Beckett's, and it looks like Albon has got Magnussen. A great move. Unfortunately, Magnussen then comes back through the final corner on the next lap as well, and that is annoying. Magnussen has been a pain, but I give Albon basically the hurry up, and you know, to escape Magnussen and also to get past Zhou Guanyu in the horrible coloured Slauber as well. Yeah, lap 15. Yeah, up at the front, Lando Norris has somehow taken the lead, as well as we're looking. You know, we're still thinking about behind. Obviously, we've got Sainz and Leclerc as well. But lap 17, look at how heavy that rain's coming. And this got me thinking about Sargent. He's not really doing much. A little bit of a gallon onto wets. Now, in hindsight, don't do this. Don't follow what I'm about to do in this career mode, as you'll see why shortly. Yes, a few people are coming in. I think we're going to have a look at a double stack potentially with Albon. As well, we are going to double stack onto a set of inters for Albon as well, as he comes into the pits. Then he's stuck behind Gasly and Bottas. A good pit stop here could jump both of them. You know, I want one of those 2016 F1 2016 1.9, please. Those are the wrong tyres. It should be inters, not going on wets. I did have a little heart attack when I saw that graphic, but it is just a tyre glitch. as well. 2.5 as well. Those are the wets going on Sargent. He's been held in the pits. Gasly's had a pit stop issue as well. So that was Ocon, and then Gasly comes in, and then the wheel gun decides not to work on the front left there. So yes, unfortunate for Gasly. It's fortunate for us, although yeah. So I mean, yeah. But look at the tyre wear. You know, Albon and Sargent splitted the same lap, and Sargent's tyres are half gone already. Yeah, there's no way I can keep this up until the wet period comes. So yeah, that's something to think about. It's, you know, the overheating that tyre. It's just the temperatures are just not there. As Magnussen has had a Spinala as well, and he's still, and that was very close with Gasly there on the exit. Lap 22. Yeah, I've pitted Sargent, otherwise he would have had a puncture. Yeah, I couldn't do anything about that. Lap 28 though is actually time for wets. Yeah, Sargent's going to carry on for a few laps because not everyone pits for wets at this time as well, so there's a little bit of an offset there, I think. So he's actually not going to pit for a few laps until lap 33 as he gets overtaken by Zhou, showing that the tyres, it really is time for wet tyres. So yes, but the good news about this pitting Sargent multiple times, it's giving the team a pit stop practice as well in a real race. So there we go, 2.5. That's very good. I'll definitely be happy with that as well. He does have a tyre offset compared to the rest of the field. The FIA though has just come up on lap 37 to say that the as Albon's getting lapped by a Ferrari as well, it's turning to damp. Instantly think, let's box. Unfortunately, you're not going to catch up to Hulkenberg, but at least he's not going to well, at least he's not going to get points. At least Haas aren't going to get points. Annoyingly, RB are going to get points. I don't realistically think we can catch them at all. In the constructors, they're too far in front. We'd need a good result, a string of results as well. Sargent, as I say, is going to carry on. You know, I mean, he's about 40 laps down, really. So, you know, he's got loads of fuel remaining. 2.9, not the best there as well. But that should be Albon's final stop. He's come out behind. He's lost positions to Bottas and Ocon, but he'll gain those back. Interesting here, though, he's got no blue flags on Lando Norris. Norris, I don't think, will be happy. And now, is he going to let Norris go? No, Norris still doesn't go past. That's very peculiar, because obviously Albon's a lap down as well. But yes, Magnussen, it's his turn to have an issue, and the tyre doesn't want to go on properly. Front right. Yeah. As well. Sargent's in then with 10 laps to go. He has a tyre offset again, but I mean it's really just given pit stop practice. Yeah, I think I've learnt a lesson with the wets. As I say, this is only the second race I've actually done wets. I'll have wet weather as well. So the first being Australia, and I messed up that one as well. To be honest, the Sainz is comfortable at the front, but Verstappen, his issue, although he's got fastest lap, he's still got that gearbox or engine issue, and Piastri is able to sail around the outside of him as well for second place. So Verstappen down to third, you know, not his usual dominance. As George Russell, he's got his teammate behind, decided that the best thing to let his teammate through was to have a lock-up. Again, the gravel doesn't really represent gravel in this game by the looks of it. P14, Albon, to be fair, did a very good job. He was closing in on Hulkenberg lap after lap, so there was clear pace there. He just made that mistake with the running wide and just having that understeer. If he hadn't made that mistake, I don't quite quite know where I would have finished, but because obviously the offsets were there. But I think, you know, yeah, I don't know, to be honest, but there we go. Sargent, I've got realistically don't have any idea where he'd finish, even if we had put him in onto the proper tyres and not gambled. I'm surprised a few more don't. Yeah, this is a game not for gambling with wet weather, which you don't really see in real life as well. But yes, it's a little bit disappointing. P14, I was hoping for slightly better, especially after getting to Q3. I really thought we could have a good chance of getting some points, but I don't think the pace was quite there on the mediums, and a lot of people went to softs. Piastri's up to P4 with that position, but yeah, we still remain P7, and I realistically think that is the target for the rest of the season, as they get more points. And DHL fastest pit stop, that is that's P6, which I mean, we're last in those standings, but I mean, I don't really care that much really about it, just as long as we're getting some good pit stops and not making errors and getting that pit stop time down. I think that is crucial as well. But yes, that's where I'm going to wrap up this episode. The next episode will be at the Italian Grand Prix at Monza as well. Yes, so we'll look to try and bounce back there, although I don't think the car seems to be on this one set up for low speed, so I don't really think that we're going to do quite so well at Monza, but we'll have to wait and see about that. But yes, that's where I'm going to leave it today's video. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. See plenty more F1 Manager 24 and other F1 related gameplay as and when they come out. So until the next video then, I'll see you next time. Take care. Thanks so much for watching, enjoy your day, and goodbye.